There are these things called the Sustainable Development Goals. For those listening who have never heard of them, because a lot of people in Australia haven't, it's the global plan to reach by 2030 some pretty big targets around economic, social and environmental sustainability. Now, in Australia, given what we've seen this year between fires and drought and COVID, the need to see the interconnectedness between those things in our context is pretty obvious. Australia signed up to these 17 goals in 2015. We submitted a voluntary report in 2018. Yet they're largely unknown across Australia. There is very little federal leadership on implementing the goals or even setting up a framework to implement the goals, or to use them as a tool, an international hook to help improve the lives of ordinary Australians. Does the ALP have a position around the SDGs? Is this and should this be a serious commitment for Australia, given that we've signed up to it?
I have to say I found it hard, maybe it's my former finance minister hat, to work out how you would integrate them into domestic policy assessment, because they are quite, potentially is quite a complex process of working out how you might look at applying those to your domestic policy framework. I don't believe much of that work's been done. I asked some questions of Prime Minister and Cabinet, I think, in the last term about where it was, and he said, yes, I think they were working on it, but nothing ever came to fruition. I have wondered, in terms of some areas of policy, whether they would be a useful tool to, align policy objectives, particularly, around closing the gap in health policy in particular.